everybody, and welcome back to the A Show, the Kings of Pro Wrestling Podcast. I am Justin, here with Meals on a very gloomy day in Los
You
Angeles
too?
today. Yeah, raining, moist
It's a
day.
it's nor'eastery. Nor'easter. I guess you guys wouldn't have a nor'easter. It'd be like a nor'wester.
Well, no. Let me look up if that's a real thing. Nor'wester.
Ba-doom. Psh.
Nor'wester. No, it's not a real
Actually,
thing.
okay. Well, yeah. Why would it be? Well, nah. Actually, up north, I'm pretty sure it snows. Washington State,
A
Oregon.
nor'wester is a stormy weather pattern in India and Bangladesh.
All right. Well, I don't know how that works, but in the
Very
eastern
far away.
hemisphere. But I have a I have two things I want to bring up. One question that I thought of randomly over the weekend.
Okay.
Do you remember what you got in your SATs?
Good Lord. Oh man.
Damn, did I did I
Um,
did I go way back with that?
is there
No.
a archive? There's no archive of your SATs?
I wouldn't see why not. Like why would there be? SATs are damn near extinct in itself. The kids still take SATs?
Yes, they
SATs.
do. The writing portion changed the game. Because I feel like niggas they thought they had an easy ride. I got in right before the writing portion. You took the writing portion, right?
Yeah, so you
Yeah.
got in, was your final score still 1600?
Yeah, it was out of 1600. Yeah.
Yeah, mine was 24.
Yeah. See that shit. Y'all niggas was on some other shit with that. Like, shout out everybody who took that new SAT because I couldn't have done it. Like, I'm a great writer, but that shit would have stressed me the fuck out, and I would have
It
made
was
mad
mad
mistakes.
long. I remember. So I say this because I remember I seen something on Twitter regarding it. But I remember going. First of all, I remember going to take the PSATs, which was the practice ones, which is pretty much just like the real ones, and takes the same amount of time. And I'm like, I did it once. I was like, I'm never doing this again. I'm riding or dying on this shit.
Yeah.
I'm, I'm not. I'm not taking. This is like a 4 hour test on a Saturday, and I'm like 16. I'm like, bro, no. There's no
Did
way
you
I'm going
have
to
to?
school.
Did you have to like go to like take the train to go take the test or whatever?
Likely, yeah. Train, bus, something, New York City shit. Um,
I would have been I would have been barfing on that goddamn train.
did you practice for it? Did you take any like because you remember all the shows in the 90s, like The Boy Meets World and all the other teen shows. It's like, damn, it was Saved by the Bell. We got SATs we gotta study for. Um,
But they
you
made it sound so
practicing,
cool. They made it sound so cool, and
it
it
determines
isn't.
your future.
It's not cool at all. The SAT is not cool. You're not missing anything. It's not a
Do you
cool thing.
do you remember
So
if you got high or low?
I took it twice. My
Okay, I took it
first
twice too.
my first my first time I didn't get higher than my second time. I do know that. But each time I got higher in English or the English section.
Hmm.
I think I want to say I was pretty like here's my thing. I'm not a really good test taker, but I for sure the first time got like
Mm.
a 10 something, and then the second time I got like a 1275 or something like that. That's what I remember. And
I remember.
I was like, this isn't enough to get me into Harvard. And I remember feeling like, not like I wanted to go to Harvard, but like I remember feeling like really stupid. But I was like, as I got older, I was like, man, those
Because it'll
tests
be
really they didn't determine anything about who I was as a person,
it'll be that one stupid kid who gets like an 1100,
right?
1350, and you're like, nigga, what?
Like
How did right?
my other friends got, but they were just better test takers. And I think
Mm,
that's what's really fucked up about like, and this is funny because I was talking to my in laws about this, like when I one day have kids, like I don't know what it's like anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like in schools, I don't know what it's like. I don't know what they do. I don't know how they handle things. I don't know what they teach. You know what I'm saying? So it's
all
like
the teachers are younger than us at this point.
I know,
I know
right?
what
So
it is now. Everybody is like 25 and like going through it and
that's
all this other
crazy.
shit.
That's
It's
crazy.
nuts.
So it's like
I
when
had old ass teachers when I was a kid.
50, 60-year-old niggas, right? So like I was saying I was like I don't know what they're gonna teach, but also I don't know what like we had to do these tests and they determined everything about your life. But now that
Yeah.
I have a better sense of like what your life is going to be after
Your
school,
college, or are you gonna get into
yeah,
college with those kind of scores and blah blah blah?
didn't mean anything. And that's not to say like don't try for it, don't try and do it. You absolutely should, but like because that's how you get into college now. But it's just such big business when it comes to these tests and how they determine, you know what I'm saying, who you are and what you are. Like I think that shit is just so crazy. I'm all for the institution of like schools and stuff like that. Like I know that I couldn't have the patience to teach kids. You know what I mean? Like so I respect what people go through in school, and I think there is some benefit and merit in going to a public school or institution where you have to learn, or a private
Hmm.
school. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, wherever you have to learn, do it. But I never really agree with the SAT because it just
Hmm.
determined so much. Like if you're not a good test taker, what is it? Where does that leave you? What is that teaching you? You know what I'm saying? Like my thing is like when I was in college, I would never study ever meals.
Wow,
I never studied
I believe it.
because I'm not a good test taker. Like I'm legitimately not a good test taker, and I'd lose interest. I would legitimately lose interest in whatever the fuck was going on, and
I would
did it
study
hinder me?
terrible. I would study
Huh?
and do terrible. That was the worst. Studying
Are
and then doing terrible because
are
you
you
don't
a
know how
good
to
test
study.
taker? Are you a good test taker?
Um, I learned to be, but I learned way too late to be a great test taker. I learned way too late. So when I took my SATs, I got higher the first time than the second time, which I was like, I'm really never taking this again. Um, it was out of 2400. I got 1490 my first time, and then 1450 my second time. And then I was like, yeah, I'm not doing this again. I don't care
But
what I get.
but you know what's crazy? I feel like that the written one was kind of boosting scores a little bit.
I wasn't the writer that I am now then.
But
I
you but
definitely
But you still use. But the thing is that the writing part was weighed so heavily, right? Like it was
yeah.
weighed super heavy, and as long as you hit the certain points, because I'm pretty sure they taught. I didn't know how whatever they taught you how to do there. But if you hit those points,
Mhm.
you're going to get the points for it. But it was. I'm not trying to say this was. I did the harder test. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying that
No,
like
I don't care.
the written part was really saving people, and I think that's one thing that's why I'm like shout out to y'all because like that part it took a lot of the heat off of just the multiple choice part because that's the fucked up part to me. Like the multiple choice part,
Oh, the multiple choice part was the worst one. It's like, what's wrong with each of these sentences? I was like, nigga, there's nothing wrong with any of these five sentences.
trying to fool you, trying to fool you.
I was like, what? What is it? What is this test? I was like, what? They're the same sentence. They all sound great. I would use them all.
Like, why are you trying to fool the youth like this? Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, nah, this is brolic. SATs. But as far as being a test taker, I learned to be a good test taker towards the end of college because when I was doing engineering, it was very humbling because I've been smart throughout high school and all this other stuff like that. And even the
Mm.
beginning part of college, when I did all my liberal arts classes, I would get A's and like B pluses and like all this other stuff. So I would do all that stuff and do really well. When it came to the engineering part with all that math and explaining and stuff like that, I would get humbled to the nth degree. So I literally had to like sit down. First of all, I cheated most of the time through college.
Fire.
It is what it is. Yeah, I have no regrets. I've been out of college for 10 years. Nothing has changed. Um, but like I learned it towards the end because my last semester, I remember my second to last semester, I got a D in a class. And I was
Jesus.
just like, whatever. I know it was fuck, what class was it? It was like this computer math class, um, and I got a D in it, and I was like, damn, this is fucked up. Like my second to last semester, I got a D. So I was like, my last semester is like, I know this is my last one, but I want to prove that I'm not a complete dumbass. Um, so I actually would sit down and study and try to process all the information. And I did really, really well in my last semester. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm proud of myself. This is like my last thing. And I learned to be a better test taker from there. But it's really like your own patterns and like what you want to, how you process information and understanding how you process information the best because I use a lot of mental gymnastics to remember things. Um, I try to instill in my niece of like, yo, division. What's
Hmm.
the opposite of division? Multiplication. Multiplication looks like addition. What's the opposite of addition? Subtraction. Like, all types of other stuff. I use a lot of mental gymnastics shit like that
I'm gonna
to
need you to
remember
teach my kid.
information.
I'm gonna need you to teach my kids because
I
you
think I'm
seem
pretty good.
you got a good little situation going right there.
I'm
That's
pretty
actually
good.
pretty.
I feel like I could tutor, to be honest with you. Outside of science, I feel pretty strong in that I can relay information to the youth them. Um, but yeah, so that's what I wanted. The second thing I wanted to ask: Have you ever seen something? Have you ever seen a food thing online? Well, I feel like I'm asking the wrong person because I'm gonna say you're of course gonna say yes. Have you ever seen a food thing online that you just had to try and then you did try it?
Yeah, I do that often. I do it all the time.
I literally just tried. I saw something on TikTok of like Chick-fil-A mac and cheese,
Oh
and
yeah,
then they
the thing that Keith Lee did.
I,
I just saw that today.
I didn't put fries in it, but
I knew your weird ass was gonna put something in it.
no, I didn't put fries in it at all. I was like, nah, that's too much carbs.
Is it really
But
fire like that?
they had I put the mac and cheese. I did the grilled chicken nuggets. Grilled chicken nuggets seem like a fucking that don't even make sense to me. But hey, get your money, Chick-fil-A. Chop up them chickens. Um, I did that and then put the sauce on it, and it actually came out alright. I bought a salad with it too, but it came out alright.
I'm a little iffy on all the sauces and shit like that. Like
Get you
I
with some
don't know.
barbecue sauce, some Polynesian sauce. They taste good, like they do. The mac and
I'm
cheese was the only thing I worry about because I don't get mac and cheese from most places. I just
how,
don't.
how do you feel about Keith Lee? Not the wrestler, the cooler Keith Lee.
I feel he has. I think it's cool. I think
It's
it's
wholesome.
cool.
It's wholesome.
Yeah. It don't get me wrong. Someone's gonna mess this up somehow. I don't
I
think it's
I
him.
don't I don't want to say it. You know what I'm saying?
It's
Like
not
I
him. He's not gonna mess it up. Someone's gonna mess it up for him. Like it is
okay
what it is. Someone
okay.
already tried to, by the way. Someone already tried to. And he had to address it. Luckily his fan base was like, no, don't do Keith Lee like that. What's wrong with you, bro? Blah blah blah. Um, but I think it's wholesome. I think it's cool. I think it's a great way to support um small businesses, food
Yeah
trucks,
yeah
places that don't get stuff. I think that's cool as hell, and I think the fact that it's gone viral on TikTok is also cool as hell. That's why I like TikTok, the platform, more than anything for just the discovery of it.
yeah.
I know they trying to get TikTok out the paint. It's like Chinese getting our information, fuck out of here. Um,
I'm kind of scared about that. I need TikTok, bro. I need.
yeah, kind of. Yeah, I need TikTok. Like, it just is what it is. But I like the fact that the discovery, learning new things, exploring new things. I wouldn't have tried that if I hadn't seen him try it. So, you know,
I seen it and I said, I think this is really cool. I'm never gonna try it because the thing is, he liked it so much he walked off the screen on niggas. He just said, I'm out. This is good. But I was like, is
and
it?
he,
But sometimes I wonder, right? I'll be like,
huh,
is this nigga capping?
mm,
Right?
hmm.
Right?
I
Like,
mean,
is he lying? Is are we just in tune to believe that people are just lying all the time?
I don't know if he lying yet. If that camera gets a little cleaner and stuff like that, he gets angles and shit like Kai
Right.
Cenat. Like,
He's managed to keep it very still guerrilla style.
yeah,
So like
Kai Cenat nigga, he got a fucking you got a sitcom every day. I'm like, nigga, is there 80 cameras in your house?
I can't get with the Kai Cenat shit. I can't get with it. I can't roll with it. I think I wonder that this new generation are some losers, Joe. I really want I really worry about that. Like right, like they don't be getting girls. They don't be like they be doing like mad weird shit. Like I'm like yo, what are y'all doing? Maybe it's not for me
Mm.
to understand. They just seem like losers to me. I feel like
It started off as a TikTok and it turned into like this like variety hour and like niggas would come through. DDG would come through, never bring his girlfriend. Um
oh she's not
man niggas
she can't get caught dead in
no.
that.
No, not at all. Who would come through? Who recently? Mario was there. I was like, what is Mario doing on
The
Kaizen?
sing the singer.
The singer.
You see why I can't roll with it. You see why I can't roll with it.
If Mario shows up to fucking Keith Lee's shit to try food with him, then I know we've gone off the rails with it.
But that makes more sense to me.
Mm.
That makes more sense to me than that. You know,
It's got to feel authentic. If Kaizenat, you know what? Actually, no, not Kaizenat. Keith Lee. I'm about to say started reviewing Magic Johnson, but I don't even know. Magic Johnson Theater is still out there, right?
theater. Yeah, it's still there.
Okay. He starts reviewing his snacks and shit. I went to the Magic Johnson Theater just for the wings.
I'm gonna try it out and let you guys know what it's all about.
Oh
I
god.
normally don't eat French fries, but I'll try it out because like, how do you do that?
Hey man,
How do you do that, bro? What the
who
fuck?
knew this Keith Lee would get famous for eating over the other Keith Lee? You know what
How
I'm
do you
saying?
feel? How do you feel about his comments this week? This is just literally just us. This is how me and Mills talk all the time. So this is
Okay.
this is a different
What
episode.
comments? What comments are we talking about?
uh the comments where he said I don't need to he said a lot of shit, right? The Bearcat stuff. um Remember he said he it was weird because he said he said he didn't like the Bearcat thing, and then he said he fought for it, but he wasn't really in love. Did you see those comments? Let me find it.
Yeah, I did. I did. I guess it's a no holds barred. Self transition in a no holds barred.
Yeah. Hold on, let me why he chose AEW. You know why he chose AEW. You ain't got nowhere to go, nigga. um Okay, he said, I don't think I had a reaction to the Bearcat name. At the end of the day, it was something that was brought up while I was out doing the dance with Lady Death situation. I hate how he talks, by the way. Like, and I didn't think much of it, obviously. And then when I came back, it was something that WWE management really wanted. So, and they put me into an office and asked me to do it, and that was my job. So I said, okay. And that was kind of it. Was I fond of it? No. But you got to do what you're asked to do at the day. But I think that in my time there, what I learned is that sometimes loyalty just doesn't really do that much for you. So while I was okay then, I think if I was asked to do something that I didn't agree with from here on, it would not just be an okay, but more of a hell to the no. What did he want to? What did he want to be? Or he said he
I
wanted to be
don't.
like some type of wizard type nigga, right?
He's a wizard now, but I feel like um, it's interesting. It's interesting all after the fact. This feels like a very after the fact thing. It's like, well, I
I
told
hated it.
them,
Actually, I hated it. Like,
but I did it anyway because that was my job. But I'm like, bro, like I get it. I get you didn't like it. I get it. I get it wasn't your idea, and maybe it's something that you wouldn't necessarily bite into. But I don't think it's necessary. I think it could have worked, given time. I think most things worked with time,
do you
and
feel as
most
though
things.
he? Do you feel as though he went out there as if he said, "Okay, I'm going to do this." Do you think that his attitude was that I'm going to do this?
Um, I think it's too early. It was too early in its thing to tell. And he got laid off, so it's not like he like quit or anything like that, or so he got laid off. But um, I thought I thought it was too early to tell, but it's clear that they wanted to incorporate him within the system somehow and wanted to make room for him some way by giving him this gimmick and featuring him on television with all these video packages and stuff. It's clear they wanted to make room on the roster for him. Was the gimmick the best kind of creative? No, but honestly, it wasn't bad either. Because to be honest with you, it's just a lot of people like Powerhouse Hobbs, Bearcat Keat Lee, all these other things. It's like it's ultimately it's what you make out of it. I remember, so recorded the Lookout, the fifth anniversary of it over this past week, and I remember just telling Jamal, I was like, I hated the name The Lookout. I didn't want it at first, but that's the name I settled on. But it's really what you make of the name years later, and now I'm fine with it, and I think it's a great name. But like when you put the time with it, when you define it as a person instead of letting it define you, then you really can reap the benefits of it. Because I don't think he would have been pigeonholed into being like this, like I'm a bear cat. I wrestle like a like it's just a name, bro.
Yeah. I mean, you're
What
wrestling
do you
Dolph
what do
Ziggler.
you
You're wrestling Dolph
what do you
Ziggler,
want to
bro.
be called, the Prince of Saiyans? Like, what did he want to be called?
I don't know, man. It was just interesting. I mean, him saying that, and um, just coming out all the way out and just being like, oh, being candid about that name. But it's like, I think that he has had the most interesting post AEW kind of run because we all wanted, in my opinion, like we all wanted to basically go up to Stamford, Connecticut, and loot the place when he got fired, right?
Yeah,
It's to AEW, and then it becomes like, okay,
he's in
there
a
was a
tag team.
yeah, it was an attack team. The
He
explosiveness was
still
kind
is,
of
to be honest with you.
gone. Uh, a lot of the what we kind of liked about him was kind of gone, and I've never really felt like he's reached where he was when he was that double champion in NXT. He just hasn't reached it there, and I think if anyone's saying that whatever he's doing in AEW is up to that level, then they're fucking lying, in my opinion.
I think he's had these great tag matches. I'm not gonna thing on his tag matches, but I don't think he's been featured in the same light as when he debuted in AEW. Um, I think he had a solid debut. I think you kind of showed what he was kind of about, but he's never returned to that singles realm. And part of me thinks it's because he looks completely different than most other people that are featured there in that main event scene. Because it would be easy to incorporate him within there, but realistically, he's like a different genre of music entirely from what they're putting out.
That's a good.
The
That's a
John
good.
Moxley, yeah, that's a nice way to put it, right? John Moxley, MJF, Adam Page, Adam Cole, kind of thing. Keith Lee's kind of like a different genre, which I don't even know if they know how to use him. I mean, they clearly like him and respect his ability, but I don't think they know how to use him from a standpoint of like, how do we get a big guy over? And we can see from last week's shows clearly
They
they
don't
have
know.
no yeah, they don't know how to kind of like continue the momentum as a big guy in AEW. Um
That should worry any big guy coming in. I mean,
I mean
I,
Brian Cage is, I mean, he's large. Let me stop saying that he's not.
I
He's an
think the interesting thing is to like look at how, if you want to talk about development, look at how development is being spread across both of these shows where we've had 3 to 4, almost 4 years to kind of see who's developed, and I feel like largely it's been the same people. And I know I've said this a lot, and I truly feel like it's very tough for AEW to get out of the established order. Like I feel like the only person that could break through that kind of big six, top six, is probably Adam Cole, right? And he could potentially be a person that they could lean on in the future. But I don't think people like Keith Lee is someone that they kind of look at in that mold yet, until
hmm
there's room, until someone leaves, really. Because I think that if the elite leave this year,
Yeah.
you open up so many opportunities and pathways in the tag division. You open up so many opportunities and pathways in the heavyweight division and the TNT title and so on and so forth. But I just don't think that's going to be there if those EVPs are still there. That's why I'm so iffy on whether these guys stay or whether Tony retains them, at least for
hmm
the price that they're being paid right now.
I feel I feel like maybe they're waiting for the 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 TV deal thing before they kind of move forward with a lot of different things like that. Um, that's kind of what I feel like.
Yeah, I just, in talking about Keith Lee, it's like how could he? What I'm saying, people think it's easy to just kind of slide somebody into that spot. It's really not. You know what I mean? It's not easy to put somebody in that slot. It's a lot of maneuvering that you have to do. It's the same reason why like you've seen people like Swerve come in and they're like, oh man, he's gonna world champion. I'm like, I don't know, not so fast, bro. Because there's a lot of people he has to overcome. He got to go overcome Jericho. No one's been able to do that yet.
Yeah, and uh I don't see a universe right now where they even work with one another. I mean, he would have to turn face, or the other guy would have to turn face, or something along those lines. Um, but yeah, it feels like different genres of music, and it feels like they're running to one kind of beat, they're running to one kind of tune, and maybe they want to throw a drum in there. Maybe well, sorry, not well, that's an instrument. Or maybe they want to explore a different kind of genre of music from time to time. But realistically, I think they have their cast set for
Hmm.
the Dynamite shows, and you know other people are Rampage. There's also been news about Warner Brothers wants to have a third show, third AEW show featured throughout the week. Uh, what are your kind of thoughts on that?
Big mistake. Big mistake. If they're not watching it on Friday, what do you think? Like, why on these days when people got to go out and at a time where they're not going to be home?
Because there's more important shit on that they want to feature through Monday and Friday. Nick.
What happens if Royal Rumble or Money in the Bank or something like that, or not Money in the Bank, it's overseas, or something, or SummerSlam or something happens on the same night as that? It's 6:05. You playing that show? What you think ratings gonna look like? Basketball is on Saturday.
Yeah,
Football is damn near every day of the week now. What do you think about to happen?
I feel like I don't know. It's very short sighted. But also I can see why they would want. I don't know. I don't know how TNT and TBS is doing. Quite frankly, I don't know how their shows are really doing. I could see them wanting another show, but I can't see what AEW would have to offer differently than they would on Rampage. And I also think it would dilute what they do on like if you don't watch Rampage, maybe you're watching this show. If you're watching this show, maybe you're not watching Rampage. Like,
Yeah,
uh, and then it is what it is. But they're trying to between that AEW All Access, which they're doing. Um, it seems like they want to get more AEW content out of this, but realistically, like AEW hasn't done anything to broaden its appeal, broaden its fan base, get new people to tune in, um, get old wrestling fans from back in the day to come back. Like they haven't really done anything. They haven't even really established a big show of the year, which is crazy to me. There's no like tent pole event of the year where all sponsors and all things can come through. That feels like a no brainer.
it's probably all out, right?
WCW did it. I don't. I mean, we saying probably, but I don't know.
Do they have a pay per view in the? It's full gear in the fall, right? And then they're done for the year,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, but none of these is like WrestleMania, Starcade, Bound for Glory. Um, what was the ROH equivalent? Was it
Death by
Final Battle?
Dishonor, Final Battle,
Death.
Death by Dishonor,
Yeah,
Supercard.
yeah.
Yeah,
None of those seem to be that kind of thing. So I even feel like from a marketing standpoint, who are these shows for? Like, who is tuning into these shows? What do these shows have to offer that's different than the other television? Because realistically, they just wrestle on Rampage, and then you might hear Mark Henry say some shit that he probably taped like a week ago. But realistically, they only wrestle on Rampage, so it's like, is this show going to be another extension of Dynamite, and there's going to be like storyline advances? Like, what are we
I,
really doing?
I saw someone say it should be all of the video packages that are on YouTube. And if that gets better ratings than the wrestling show, then we need to figure something out and fast. Because
Maybe
I
it's
mean,
not.
Dynamite seemed to have settled into the 800 range. Can we say that?
I mean, yeah, they're in the 800 to 900 range at this point, closer to
And
yeah
ramp
800 900 range.
and I think it's a victory for them that for Rampage they probably get half of that. That is that's a victory for them that they get half of that on a Friday, because that just means that only half of their audience drops off. But in the larger picture, for what they spend in, that's crazy. That is crazy. All around, bro. That's like that's almost like, isn't that like low or not? It's not lower than the impact, but it's like you're giving a lot to you're giving a lot to a lot of people too soon. And I think that if you want to create a capable brand, you got to give them something to watch and something that's going to be good. They can stay the 800 range, and I think they can thrive that way because there aren't many
Hmm.
shows that are doing that on a Wednesday night. But
Hmm.
I think that as it goes on, you got to be realistic with your outcome and with your roster at that point. You have way too many people on that roster to be doing those types of ratings. Period. Now you made it so you have to have 3 shows or 4 or 5 shows. They got the YouTube shit too, and you're talking about doing
Yeah,
a women's show.
they talking about doing a women's show.
He's saying I want to do it, but WB they not interested. I'm like, nah, don't blame them. Don't
They
blame
could
them.
be if you. I mean, if it was if they were portrayed in a different light, maybe they could be. But realistically, I'm interested in kind of where they go from here. It seems to be as a brand, we're kind of out of the honeymoon period with them. They started 2019. It's 2023. Um, Now it's time to like really hone in on like where we're going as a business, and with someone who isn't terribly business minded at the helm of this, um, I think its shelf life continues to dwindle and dwindle, and I think you'll see that number because now that you put up this high expectation, and people have said this before, now you put these high expectations for matches. If you don't deliver on a consistent basis, we see what's happening. The
Yeah,
numbers are starting to slow down. So now you've set yourself to this high ass standard, and you've your viewers are holding you to this high standard for these matches that you have and these blood and guts and glory and all this other stuff like that. And now, like when you don't deliver for a long stretch like they have over the last number of weeks, then it's like, all right,
what do
this
you
show's
care?
kind of whack now. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
what do you
show's
care? I
kind of whack.
mean, you don't offer
Matches on
any.
fire anymore.
It's the good match show, man. I used to get that from ROH on HDNet. I had my fill in the 2010s.
Yeah,
I like spectacle now.
it's
Maybe
good.
I
Yeah, it's. I wouldn't say it's easy to have a good match, but it's easy to have that be the forefront of things that you're doing. But I think it's much more for the long run. It's a much stronger product if you have a lot more things to offer than just wrestling.
no. They'll have Rick Ross. Uh, Rich Holland. You see what they're doing to him?
Hey man, they tearing him apart. It's not a good look, people.
Yeah,
It's not a
leave
good
him
look at
alone, bro.
all.
Leave him alone, bro. Like, listen, man. The death threats, the racist talk. I guess it was the anniversary of it. I guess of the Biggie
Yeah,
injury,
it was.
right?
Hmm. Hmm.
I guess a lot of fans have been coming at Ridge again. Let me say
Well,
it
he
like this.
just he just Biggie also said in an interview, which he said months ago, by the way. Um, he has another checkup. I think it should be this month regarding his future with wrestling and if he can continue or if he just should choose not to, based on how his neck is healing.
Hmm.
So it's a he's working that out, and I think people realize that like, wow, he might be done. And I'm like, you think? Um,
I
but
I
yeah.
I I think that like we said a year ago, 2 years ago, or whenever it happened, Ridge stronger than me for being able to go back out there and do this weekly
Hmm.
with that on his shoulders. I don't think anyone I can't for a second think that anyone should or could think that this dude that happened and he went about his day the next day, or that he doesn't think about that every day. There's a lot that goes into pro wrestling and protecting your opponent and stuff like that that me, you, or no one else that doesn't do that shit don't even think about in
Yeah.
terms of how I would be too nervous to do that job because it is something where someone's life is in your hands. You know what I'm saying? So like if you think there isn't a moment that goes by that dude is not thinking about that shit, you're wilding. I think the death threats, threatening his family and all that stuff, that's crazy. I didn't even know Big E had a hive like that. Like I thought Big E fans, the stands were pretty damn cool, but apparently they're not. Or are they stands, Meals? Or are they just people that just like that negativity online?
It might be niggas with just like negativity online.
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe I should do a graph, right? Maybe I should hear me out. Maybe I should make a graph
I didn't
and
see this coming, so
put all of the shows
you're a wizard for this one.
from the week into a graph of how many people get hurt on wrestling, but they're black.
I didn't see this coming at all.
And then I'll do it for the month of February and February only. I might do next month. I might do this month too. Just
Hey,
for comparison's sake.
hey man,
I'm gonna open up Google
all shows matter.
Excel.
All shows matter, baby.
I'm gonna open up Google Excel and type into my sweltering enter button AEW
I
Dynamite,
hope there's people who know what he's referring to. But I
WWE
don't know.
Raw,
We'll see.
and I'm gonna make
If
a
you don't, it's
graph of
even
all of.
cooler.
All right, I'm sorry,
Um,
but leave Rich Holland alone, man. I think that and he's improving. He's improved rather as a wrestler. I don't
yeah,
think that was
he's
naturally.
been through enough. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not all on one person, man. And shout out to Xavier Woods for coming to his defense. Xavier Wood did reply to to Ridge's tweet saying pro wrestling is extremely dangerous. All of us involved understand that Ridge and his family do not deserve to be treated this way. Please do not send any hate towards them. Instead, use your
I,
energy and do something positive, like sending love to E.
I I wish more people would do that.
Yeah,
I wish more people would take accountability and then also understand their fan base and how it could be a little bit tough and say like, "Hey, chill out." Like I wish more people did that because it doesn't seem like anyone really does that. People let all type of narratives fly off the fucking handle. Um, so it is for the sake of internet speculation, because without internet speculation, no one is talking about you. So
yep,
um, it shows how much respect Xavier Woods and everyone has for Rich Holland. Um, and then I'm sure for Rich Holland, this thing constantly is on his mind over every single match. And actually, I think D'Lo Brown went through the same thing too. I think he
hmm
talked about it in a couple of interviews as well. Like he went through the same thing when the draw shit happened. A lot of guilt, a lot of kind of looking back at himself, um, and having to live with the fact that in the ring it's part of his thing. Man's paralyzed for life. Um,
nice.
it's a crazy sport.
He's not paralyzed for life, but
Draws.
oh, I thought you were talking about E.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
talking about. Nah, he's working out. He looks great. Will he be
he's
able to? Will he go out to wrestle again? I think he's perfectly fine with the fact if he doesn't wrestle again. I think
mhm.
he's perfectly like, he's like, it's okay. Y'all don't have to be sad for me because I'm not sad. Because I think over the last year, and even when he was champion, right? Like he's gone on these tours and he spoke to all these kids and he's done all these things for football and like his own stuff. He realized like he can have a purpose that doesn't involve just being in a wrestling ring. And realistically, he's always been to him, and I think New Day in itself has always kind of been like a bigger than wrestling kind of thing of what they
Absolutely,
represent and what they push forward. So yeah.
absolutely. Other news: Saray confirmed her exit from WWE last week. Uh,
Oh yeah, I was about to say Saraya. She's been gone. Wait, um, Saray. Yeah, she's gone.
Saray is gone. We kind of people
Tough
were kind
beat.
of yeah.
She was in NXT UK and then never returned. I was like, hey nigga, brand's over.
It was
You can
tough,
come back now.
man. It was tough. She got signed at the top of 2020, and COVID hit, which kind of pushed her debut back quite some time. She debuted she debuted in a very weird period for NXT as it was kind of going in between eras. Um,
Hmm.
and they were going away from the type of thing that the type of matches that she would have been used to doing. Like the Kyrie era, Oscar era, that was over with by the time she got there. They did
The
attempt
age.
to
I'm kidding. That's
they
what it
did
sounded like.
they did attempt to kind of give her, inject her with some personality. If I had to say, your mileage may vary on whether that worked for you or not. Um, but they did eventually. They were kind of hinting before she left that they were going to basically have her go back to what she used to be. Um, and I thought she was solid. I think that even before she was in
I thought that
WWE,
show was funny to me. It was funny to me. I'm sorry. Um, I liked it. Magical girl thing. It's an anime. It's just a thing. I like it. There's no way Shawn Michaels could have came up with that.
yeah, I don't know who came up with that. I would love to know.
I would love to know because there's no way Shawn Michaels came up with a magical girl themed concept for a professional wrestler.
There
No way.
were there was some news from Fightful about it. In an update, Fightful said that the beginning of the end for Sarray in WWE happened in early 2022 when a number of her biggest supporters behind the scenes were let go, including William Regal. With the lack of creative direction, the writing was on the wall for her last spring. In June, she worked at NXT UK and seemed poised for an NXT UK Women's Championship against Mako Satomura, but the brand being shut down put a halt to those plans. Her last match was last year on August 8th at the Performance Center, and she hadn't been seen at the Performance Center after that in ages. And those who had inquired about her didn't receive any answers for her status, but it was widely accepted that the creative pitch to her was outright bad. And despite the apparent falling out, Saray was said to have taken great pride in helping Tiffany Stratton and thought highly of her of other up and coming talent in NXT.
Hey man, where would Mandy be without that Sarai feud? You
Yeah,
know?
yeah, and she did, and again, that the Tiffany Stratton thing was a huge moment for Tiffany Stratton, and did get her over. It's tough. I mean, not everybody can make it, and I think that I haven't seen too much of the talk around it, but I'm pretty sure there was somebody like, "How can you fumble Saray?" And I'm like,
I'm
well,
sure.
when you
Kenny
have
Omega said that.
when you have Roxanne Perez and all these other people, and you know what I'm saying, like you'll bounce back pretty quickly, but it is a shame she's not there anymore. So
Hey man, shout out to Roxanne Perez for winning but dying in the process. What a ending.
Shawn Michaels is giving all of those characters all his old shit and
That's
re-rocking it.
nasty. That's nasty. Oh god.
Where
That
were
is so
you? Where were you when Shawn Michaels passed out?
I never saw it. I never
uh,
saw it live.
oh, I am old. Sorry, but
I'm sorry, yeah. Must have been that 1995 thing.
all
Uh,
right, all
If
right.
I
See,
had a question on a thing, I would probably get it wrong.
more
Um,
shots at Greg. He deserves it though, because
yeah,
I'm still
easily,
salty about that. I'm still salty
a little
about
bit.
that. Uh,
Um,
Drew McIntyre. What's going on with this guy, man?
hey man, he's a guy who loves what he does and refuses to stop in any
Yeah.
capacity.
Well, including that, PW Insider is reporting that McIntyre was very sick last week and was at risk of being pulled from his five-way match on SmackDown last week. However, after arriving at the building and being examined, he was given the green light to wrestle and proceed with the storyline. I mean, just last week, Kofi Kingston had an ankle injury, which was
Hmm.
crazy on it from a spot from McIntyre when he dived up the ring. But yeah, the McIntyre's been hurt. He's been sick. Remember, we thought he was going to be out way longer than he was
Man
last
came
year.
back,
Yeah, like
built like steel, and he got a match with Sheamus on Friday.
he's working, and I think that what I do appreciate about him is that I think he realizes that like I don't have long to do this, so let me make the best of it. But I implore you, Drew, as someone who has been on the show, and we have your jersey in the rafters right there.
Chill
Please
out,
slow
nigga.
down, brother. Yeah, please slow down. We want you around for a long time. We gotta have you get your revenge on Roman. You know what I'm saying? For at least for Armand's sake. You know what I mean?
I don't know about that, but
Wow, that's nigga crazy. Anyway, more NXT news. I meant to connect this with the Saray news. Update on Roderick Strong's status. Do you know what it is?
missing.
You, there is no fucking update on his status. That's it. I don't know
Oh
why this
no.
news report. They said
Hey man.
according to Wrestling Observer, he remains under contract, but they aren't using him for reasons unknown.
Mm,
There it
no way he
is.
wants to leave.
The thing is that he's missed so much. he's
I would just call him
missed
up.
exactly. He's but not only that, he's missed so many call ups, but he's also missed so many like releases. He's skipped over like some of the biggest releases in in company history, and he's
Hey
still
man,
there. What do you think it would take for him to stay? For Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Regal to all sit down with him. What do you think it would take for Roderick Strong to stay? Because I think they're trying to find something for him to do to make him stay.
hey man, you want to program with Gunther? You want to program with Gunther on thing? You want the Austin Theory? You want
Here's my
you want
here's
some
my
main
thing,
roster
right?
stuff? Uh
Here's
huh.
my thing, right? We've seen that him as a babyface can actually work. We've seen it in NXT years ago against Bobby Roode. I liked that program a lot, and I thought that it worked in order to like get his family over. Obviously, his wife ain't there no more, but like it worked to get those people over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why not just go with it? Diamond Mine is like let's call him up and let him be. But the thing is, he'll face another issue there. I feel like he would have to be in a stable to start out with, because like I think that I feel like booking on like the way they book Gargano is very interesting because it's like he don't lose a lot, but he don't win convincingly either. And I don't think that's really how you want to portray Roger Strong,
I mean, to be honest with you, a lot of people on the roster like that. Like
who don't lose a
Ricochet,
lot.
Ricochet don't lose a lot, but he ain't winning. He ain't winning the big ones either.
Or he's
It's like
winning, but he's not winning like over like
yeah,
niggas that
you win the
matter.
SmackDown World Cup, but you ain't winning that Intercontinental Championship, baby. Um, you'll win a tag team tournament, but you not winning them tag titles, my guy. um, so it's a lot of people on the roster like that. It's interesting. Triple H clearly has, his faves. It shows in the booking.
Oh, it's
Um,
it's it's very clear, and we're gonna talk about
and
something.
and and I think we should bring it up because clearly I feel like this guy is not one of his faves, or
Yeah.
it's not a fave at all. I don't know. Maybe
Why do you think he's not a fave?
I think because I think so. I'm talking about Bray Wyatt.
Yes.
Um, I think he's not because a majority of his development as a character has been surrounded around Bruce and Vince McMahon, as opposed to Triple H. Um, and Triple H, I think, requires an in-ring effort first, and then all that other thing supplements it. Whereas it feels like it's the other way around now. But we've had some, there's been some rumors over the last number of days. I don't know if you want to talk about it. There's been
Yes.
some rumors over the status of Bray Wyatt and like where we are heading towards WrestleMania, and it's looking like he's not going to be on WrestleMania. It's looking like, not confirmed, but it's looking like.
Well, there's a lot of strangeness. Status is up in the air. Meltzer said on Wrestling Observer Radio, Wyatt should be back very soon. But Meltzer stated that there is some substance to the story that the WWE star being out of action due to a physical issue, but he was not able to discuss the matter. Um, Wyatt was missing from Madison Square Garden last Sunday. A lot of people in our wrestling chat and Discord said that it was not there. He was seemingly missing because a lot of people were suspecting that he quit or that he left and he was out of WrestleMania. Now I did know this and I heard this before he came back, and this is the reason why it took him so long to have a match is that he had a knee injury or something like that when he first got back. So they actually hired him injured already, and he had to kind of rehab and get back into shape, and that's why it was kind of physically he just wasn't really there yet. He did very little physical stuff, right? And that's because I think he was already injured. I wonder if that knee injury got re-aggravated
I would
at
hope the fuck not. Like you had one. I mean, he's been wrestling on house shows. Don't get me wrong,
yeah.
but nigga, you've had one match in 18 months. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
no.
one match since what it wasn't even WrestleMania last year. It was the year before that, right?
Hmm.
He wasn't at Dallas,
No, he
was
wasn't
he?
done. No, he wasn't.
Okay.
He was
Y-
fired. He was fired by them.
Yeah, yeah. So the year before that. And to be honest with you, over the last 2 years, you can count the amount of matches he had on two hands. To be real with you,
I feel like he worked
um,
more during COVID in 2020 than he had ever worked. I feel like ever.
he's working against Braun every month.
Yeah.
Big ass Braun.
He was having regular ass matches on SmackDown against like Miz and
Yeah,
shit. Yeah.
mid. Yeah. Well, I wish him the best. I wish him well.
Oh no, not wishing him the best.
No,
I
I'm not wishing him the best in his future endeavors. I'm just wishing him well.
I think that it's a very it's an interesting case here. I don't want people to. There two things can be true about Ray Wyatt, right?
Okay.
And I don't because I don't want to come off like I'm defending the guy because
Okay.
you've heard me on this show. Me and you have both been on the show. Like we don't understand what the fuck's going on, right? I literally was like, God bless
We
Bobby
laughed.
Lashley.
We laughed
Yeah,
last week. We
yeah,
had a
but
great time.
I was laughing. I was laughing because Bobby Lashley is kind of the Bobby Lashley thing is that he's like a kind of like the maker of his own demise here. Bobby Lashley is super like Meals. He's super strong and super protected. There was nowhere else for him to go but this program.
He got left whatever the other people did not want.
Exactly.
Um,
There's no one left. He got multiple Brock matches up to a point where, and again, this is a trickle down effect. I'm not putting it. I'm not going to put it all on him. I'm not going to put it all on him. Brock said no to the Omos match. In which case, I would tell you this right now: why not just
Brock
make it
said
a triple
no
threat?
to the Omos match.
I mean, not the Omos, the Bray match. The Bray
Right.
match. He said no. Yeah, Brock said no to the Bray match, which left Lashley it, but he still was that weirdness in Elimination Chamber, which
Hmm.
is clear that's going to be a Bruce Prichard story one day. What happened with that? But I think with Bray, two things can be true. We can not like what he's doing in ring, which, to be fair, there's not much to like. We can not like the story, which, to be fair, there's even less to like. But this guy gets a reaction, he pops ratings, and people want to see him. Those are all true. So I don't want people to act like
But then they got a
yeah.
Legends deal.
I don't want people to be like well good, you know what I'm saying, like cheering that, because I think that that's a net negative to the people that actually like Bray Wyatt and what he brings to the table. I think that that's actually kind of like that he brings something to the table, and you can say that in any company there's a wrestler like that. In every company there's a wrestler like that. It could be Orange Cassidy to some
Right.
people in other places. Like it could be anyone. But I also think that if he's not going to be able to deliver on the in-ring front, he doesn't need to be there anyway, and they need to find something else for him to do. Because
Right.
at this point he's just an entrance, some words, some strange promos, and that is it to me. There's not much there besides that. I think that if he's not making it to WrestleMania, Triple H, Nick, Bruce need to sit down and have a conversation about where the fuck this thing is going, because you just gave this man one of your biggest branded experiential matches that y'all have ever done. And if that is what y'all do with him till the end of time, I am okay with that. But you guys need to like really define and keep him away from other top stars if that's the case.
I agree. And then also, it felt like they were rumors of him reuniting with Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss is out. She's mad. She's hot, brother. Where
Is
is she?
it clearer than ever that Triple H has his guys? Let's name them right now. Let's his guys and his women, right? Let's name them off right now. On the man front, I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna write this down. Hold on. I'm gonna write it down. On the man front, I can say Seth. I can say Roman is. Well, here's the thing. He inherited Roman, but Roman's always been his guy. You know what I mean? Like he inherited Roman kind of from Vince. He can't. Roman's Teflon in the sense that like
Yeah.
he's not an H guy. He's the guy. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like I'll leave him off. He's somewhere else. Gargano is definitely his guy.
Right.
Bronson is his guy.
I
I'll
can't
say
believe you're
Logan.
actually writing this down.
I am. I'll say H's guys. I think this is an interesting conversation to have because it's going to let us know clearly where he's going to go forward with. Right. Theory is
Is
his
Finn an
guy.
H? Is Finn an H guy?
Yes, he is. He's getting a Hell in a Cell match at WrestleMania. Finn is his guy.
Nuts.
Finn is 100% his guy. Finn Theory is his guy. As much as people don't want to admit it. Who else am I missing here?
Gunther?
Gunther is his guy. Gunther is
Gunther
absolutely
is
his
his
guy.
guy. Gunther.
Um,
You know what? Better list. Who isn't his guy?
Ricochet is his guy.
Ricochet is
Ricochet,
absolutely his guy.
Ricochet is his guy. Santos is his guy.
Santos is his
Uh,
guy.
should we say Dominic, or is he somebody that he's just everybody's guy? I think Dominic is like
Dominic is
he's everybody's guy.
I don't know. He didn't come under the NXT learning tree for me. So Rhea is his guy or his gal.
I didn't get the women. H's gals. H's guys and
Okay,
gals. Rhea,
it's his gals.
Bianca for show. Becky. Let's go ahead and Becky and Bailey for sure, or his gals.
I know
They're
he's not active right now, but add Ciampa to Triple H's guys. Ciampa is a big H guy.
oh yeah, he is. He is. He's an H guy. Um, women wise, Mia Yim,
You need a
Candice LeRae,
quieter keyboard.
nigga, nigga,
You are killing that typewriter right now, bro.
nigga. I put this in caps lock. Candice LeRae. I
Big
put
H
that in
guy, yeah.
caps. She's an H gal. Io, Coda,
Dakota,
Piper gave her name
Piper,
back.
yeah.
Who else? I'll say those are the
Mm,
top. I'll say those are the top. Those are the top right there. Let's just leave it at the top. Seth guy. Could you say Logan Paul is a H guy?
yeah, yeah,
Logan Paul's a
yeah.
H guy. Those
I
are
mean, he kind of came before, but
so these are his pals right here. Bad Bunny. I had Bad Bunny too. I'm pretty sure that
I feel
he
like is Charlotte an H girl?
yeah. I think all the horsewomen are.
Okay, 'cause
I think all the horsewomen are. Oscar, sorry, Oscar, forgot about her. She's a H gal too. She's getting a WrestleMania match after getting beat by her opponent 4 times last year. Um, there we go. I think I put Santos. Who else from SmackDown? I feel like I'm missing somebody. Is Drew?
uh,
Sheamus. Sorry, Sheamus. Sheamus is the H guy.
Sheamus is the original H guy.
Yeah. I'm gonna put him in caps. I'm gonna put him in caps. Sheamus will never not have a spot. Okay, who isn't his guys and gals? Okay, isn't H
Bobby,
not hold on. You not H. Like you not MMG, you not H. Bobby Lashley. I'll go on a limb and say that. I'll
Bobby.
say I'll say Brock.
I'll say Bray.
Do you really think Bray came up in Triple H's NXT? I don't know if I believe that.
Bray was barely there in Triple H's NXT.
He had
Bray
the,
came
he
up
had
in
it,
2011,
he had it the whole time though. That was his thing the whole time.
but he's been like his development. I know he was there, but I feel like his development as far as a star mostly comes at the hands of everything Vince McMahon did surrounding the character. Because it feels like all the tricks and tips and shit like that is more Vince McMahon than it is.
Okay, fine. All right. I'll tentatively put Bray there. I'll
All right.
tentatively put Bray there. Lacey Evans is definitely not a H gal. I'm sorry, she
Uh,
just isn't.
she might be, but he might be lying to her. Um, let's
uh,
see.
Dana Brooke.
Dana
Uh,
Brooke. The whole
let's
24/7 division. Got to add Tamina, R-Truth, everybody.
Darshaw's injured. Um,
All right, he's still not an H guy.
he was
Probably
being he was
did that
fe-
to him, nigga. He sent him to NXT and got him injured.
he was oh my god, that was part of the initiative to make these shows make sense by having the guys show up there.
Yeah,
Who is not an H guy? There's a bunch of not H guys. I would say Miz, yo.
Miz is not an H guy. No,
Yeah,
Miz has
Miz,
barely wrestled since fucking.
since he got there.
Yeah, Miz
Miz,
is just takes
Madcap
fucking
Moss is not
madcap.
an H guy. He's not an H guy. He's
Yeah,
not.
I guess he could be.
He had a start stop heel turn, and then he sucked Emma into it, and now she not on TV no more.
Is Ali an H guy?
Yes, he is.
Is
You know who?
he?
Two people are Ali and Karrion Cross are H guys.
Okay.
I'll put Ali and Karrion on H guys.
Actually, you know who might be the original H guy? Randy Orton.
He's injured. Can't put him there.
Okay, all right.
I know that when he gets back, he's getting
Um,
another title run. I know it. So like, let's just. Could we say Riddle's probably not an H guy?
yeah, I would say Riddle's not an H guy.
He'd be back by now if Vince was there. He would be back by now.
He's like, oh,
He'd be
just
back.
shake it off, brother.
Yeah.
Shake it off. I've been there before. It's like Diddy on the call for you. You don't got the call video. I've been there before. Playboy.
So are we looking
Shake it
at
off. Shake it off. Head out
are we
to the
looking at
club
two of
tonight.
two of probably some of the biggest people not being H guys as Lashley and Brock probably are not H guys.
It's Triple H. It's AJ Styles. Oh, AJ Styles is injured, but AJ Styles an H guy.
He probably
I
would
feel like
be.
he's
I
not.
think. Well, he's not an H guy, but he's someone I feel is in a Roman class that he was grandfathered in, and no one will fuck with him.
I feel like
Could
I feel like he has a great relationship with Vince, but I don't know if he's had that relationship with Triple H because he's never
you,
really directly worked with Triple H until now.
but you know why he would have a great relationship with Triple H, regardless of where he's still with Vince, because he hired his man's back in the company
This is true. But I
to
don't know.
keep
I
him
feel like
happy.
he's more of a Vince guy. I feel like he's established under Vince
Okay.
more
Here's my
than
thing. AJ is he's not an H guy, but he's not an H guy.
okay.
He's
AJ
not an
then.
H guy. Same with Edge. Same with Edge. I know that Edge and Triple H.
Edge is not an H guy.
I know, and we know. And here, listen, we know these two niggas don't get along. So those are,
I
I
mean,
think,
they're probably straight now. You'd probably dap him up, but I don't know if it goes beyond that.
Roman, Ray, Edge,
What a
AJ.
segment.
They to
Is
me.
Rey Mysterio an H guy?
No, like I said, he's grandfather. He's a different level. He's someone that they need him on the show for it to keep moving. So H can't
Okay.
touch them. He can't touch them.
Mm-hmm.
He just can't. I would
All
say
right.
even Seth is too. I would, you know what? I'm gonna take Seth out of H guys. I think Seth is kind of rose
No,
to that level.
Seth is the H guy, man. He's
I
absolutely an
don't.
H
But
guy.
Seth was getting pushed with Vince there. I don't think that like. Oh, how do we miss this? Cody's an H guy.
Cody is an H guy, yes.
Cody's an H guy.
Hired under Vince, but
Is he in
I
the
love
same
him like
Roman?
a son.
Is he in that Roman class?
Who, Cody?
Yeah,
He might be. I don't think there's anything you could have done to.
yeah. Cody's in that. Cody's in that. He's in that can't fuck with him side. So it's Cody, Roman, Ray, AJ, Cena, um, Edge. Those are six people that you need to keep the show moving. He can't fuck with them.
This is so funny. This could have been a Patreon segment. You get it for free, ladies and gents.
I didn't know I was going to do
Uh,
this today. I didn't know I was doing this
no,
today.
clearly not. You got a list and everything. We'll get our graphic people on that.
All right, so
Uh,
those are okay. So you want to hear what we got for H guys before
okay,
we move
let's
on?
talk about H guys. All right.
Seth,
Mm-hmm.
Gargano. Gargano is a big H guy. This nigga beat Finn a week ago, right before he had a fucking Mania match, and now
All right.
Gargano's gonna be chilling in NXT for the next 3 weeks.
Underline
Um,
and bold that shit. Yeah.
Seth, Gargano, Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, Finn Balor, Gunther, Ricochet, Santos, Sheamus, Ciampa, Logan Paul, Bad Bunny, Ali, Karrion. Sound good?
I feel like Ali is low key a Vince guy.
Yeah, Vince probably got him back. Yeah, let's take Ali out. I'll take him out.
Yeah. Because Ali ain't
Um,
done shit.
oh my God, Damian Priest is the H guy.
Damian Priest is an H guy.
He's an H guy. H is gals: Charlotte, Asuka, Rhea, Bianca, Becky, Bailey, Mia, Candice LeRae, Io, Coda, Piper Niven. Am I missing anyone? Nikki Cross?
Nikki Cross. Yeah, H gal.
Nikki Cross. There we go. Not H. Lashley, Brock.
I hope a wrestler listens to this and be like, these niggas is tripping.
I'm an H guy.
I ain't never spoke 4 words to that man in my life.
You not H. Lashley, Brock, Bray, Lacey Evans, Dana Brooke, Miz, Madcap Moss, Riddle.
Baron Corbin, not an H guy.
Baron Corbin, not an H guy. For sure, not an H guy.
Carmella, not an H gal.
She's a. You know what?
Carmella is not an H gal.
Hear me out. Hear me out. She's in that upper echelon with them other niggas.
Really?
She's in that upper. Carmella keep the show moving, bruh.
Hey, man.
She keep the show moving.
I feel her, but she not an H gal.
But
She
she's
will
not.
never be She will
she's
never be put in front of any of the other H gals.
but
Like
she
I feel
not
like this is like on the challenge where it's like you're my number one.
yeah,
Like she will not even be like six ahead of all these. There's no way she's an H gal.
but she's not in it. You know what I'm saying? Like
All right,
she's being
we're gonna have to
featured.
refine this list. We're gonna have to refine this
Chelsea
list.
Green is an H gal. I'm calling it. I'm calling it. Chelsea Green's an H girl.
You know what? She's on both shows, so why the hell not? Has to
Yeah,
be.
yeah. Chelsea Green. All right. Let's
Montez
talk
Ford.
Mont. Ooh.
Montez Ford. He black, so Vince like him, but
No, he doesn't. Vince hates niggas.
Vince loves niggas. What do you mean?
I'll
Martin Luther
put
King in his office.
I'll put Montez singles on it. Singles. I'll put singles.
H guy or not H guy?
H guy for sure. H guy.
Okay,
Damn, who else? I think that's it.
that's it. Let's leave it up to people. Hit us up on Twitter, the A Show at our the H Show RNC, or hit us up at our ats. Let us know who's not an H guy. Did we get this wrong? Did we get this right? This segment was not planned. I have no idea where this show went. This is why our shows are never fucking short.
I'm sorry. Okay, okay. Let's talk about Raw real quick. Let's talk about Raw real quick. 5-way match.
Smackdown.
Oh, sorry, yeah, SmackDown. 5-way match. 17 minutes. Good lord.
I didn't even
Uh,
watch it, to be a buck with you, because I already knew what the ending was.
that's
And
certainly not a reason to not watch it, but it was a good match. The fuck.
sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm like, all right, I know where this is ending up.
uh, I give it like a 3.5, 4. It was really good. Sheamus and
It's
Drew.
the ending was stupid to me. I feel like the ending not dumb to you.
And oh, they both pinned.
Yeah, and this other referee comes out of nowhere and counts it too, and I'm like, nigga, what?
Well, that's why I thought that they would do a no contest. You know what I'm saying? Some type of way. I would have
They
had
should have
like
did it. You should have did it, fucking Undertaker and Kane style. Man's back to back on Austin, try to win the championship. 1998. But I'm like, what
what if they gave it a time limit
time limit? We don't do
or
time limits.
or
Not that.
elimination? What if they made it elimination? I think they should have made it elimination and
They should
then
have made it elimination for sure.
and
That
had
would have
like
been
a
way.
and had like a time limit or something like that.
No, I agree. They should have done elimination because it really. Oh, they uploaded Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt to YouTube a couple days ago. Interesting.
Well,
Um,
that proves that he's gone or whatever.
yeah,
I want to know what your thoughts are about Heyman, Jay's promo, all of that stuff going on.
I feel like we're taking a step back.
Well,
I
he's
feel like
not.
this.
Jay isn't.
He
Here's my
hasn't. He
thought.
hasn't come against. He hasn't come into contact with Roman yet, but he moving bloodliney. You know what I'm saying? He throwing the ones up.
But you heard that promo. You heard the promo. You heard him
Hmm.
kind of saying, "I didn't want to do it, but I did it for my brother." He doesn't mention Roman one time in that promo. Says
Mm.
he wants to talk to Roman. Heyman gets scared, and Heyman has been tripping for the past week. So I
I
want to
feel
know
like
what Jay has
WrestleMania
this.
time, this nigga be tripping.
No, he did not. No, I think we're up for another kind of swerve, and I think Roman won't be as happy as everyone else is that Jay is back in the fold, so to speak. I don't think Roman's going to be as happy as people think for him to be back.
Think Jay gonna start moving like Cam?
Yeah, probably two one more for Camp. If Jay says we're the ones who hold the bloodline up, we prop it up, we're the ones who make it hot. I think there you go, and I think your worries will be. I don't think he'll say it exactly like that, but
Well,
I
then
think
Roman got to
there's
start moving like Hove.
I think there's some smoke to how he's acting. I think they are very much for the past week, very much um, getting it through people's heads. This is the direction, and it
Yeah,
is not the direction y'all thought it was.
Okay, I see it.
Um,
See, Elliot was back on TV. Interesting.
Stay out the DMs, brother. Rey Mysterio, Hall of Famer, first Hall of Famer announced. Pretty
Mm,
cool.
a
Pretty cool.
big swerve because he was not the first one revealed by the internet.
I thought that was actually a really good surprise, but also it leading into the more of the Dom thing. I gotta say, like in terms of storylines and long term storylines, this one has really worked for me. It started like last September, and it's still
Hmm.
going today.
It is really good. And the promos that Dom has been given the opportunity to cut these promos, and he has been knocking it out the park. So he's he's truly living up to the role that he has in all of this for sure.
And by osmosis, Phantasma, Legado del Fantasma, have they become baby faces here, and they've been placed into this with Ray against the Judgment Day. Another pairing which I think a lot of people might have been surprised about, but I think that when you look at the landscape of SmackDown, another heel group probably wouldn't have been the strongest for Legato because they're not bigger than Imperium and they're not going to be bigger than the Bloodline. So I think that it was good to shift them, but also shift them in the way where they stand next to Rey Mysterio and get over by osmosis there. So and I thought they looked good in the match against the Judgment Day as well.
I agree. As long as they teach us how to get money too, I think we'll be, I think we'll be good.
um, Charlotte said, "I want a match." She said
Charlotte just showed up. She showed up at like 9:12. Like, yo, I want a match tonight. I'm feeling frisky.
the camera angle was so crazy when he walked in. And then looked over and Charlotte was in there. I said, "What we about to do here?"
Hey, I want a match. I want to tune up for Wrestlemania. And I was like, what?
But then
Oh,
she
so
walked.
you at work now?
But then she walked out the other way where there wasn't a door, from our knowledge.
Hey,
So
man, Charlotte is omnipotent. If she
it
wants a
was
door to be there, they're gonna be a door there. She big boot that shit down, bro.
so fucking crazy. And again, we get not much of anything with Rhea here. When are they gonna touch? I'm guessing next week.
No one touching. No one touches anymore, bro. No one. What is this embargo that we have on the hands?
The
That's what I want
only
to know.
the only program I feel like there shouldn't be no touching, and there's two of them. There's two of them. It's Cody and it's the Ray program. I think those are I've tapped out at my non-touching stuff at those two.
Yeah, everybody not touching no more. What happened back in the day? It used to be on site.
I
You
need
got
I, is next
we're gonna
week.
talk about next week might be Touchamania.
Yeah, next week is going to be on site in St. Louis
The
because
only feuds that I've touched thus far: Edge and Finn Balor for sure.
Brock and Omos.
Brock and Omos, boy, did they touch last night.
People
Uh, Trish and Trish Lita, Becky Lynch, Damage Control, and that's about it, man.
Wait, there's something else. There's something else. Oh, Seth and Logan have
Seth
touched.
and Logan, yes, Seth and Logan, they have definitely touched. Yes. Um, so listen, man, we gotta up the ante a little bit. People getting
They're
upset.
getting they're getting antsy about touching.
I'm listen. I'm there with you, man. Touch. Uh,
Touch, dun, dun, dun. Touch, dun,
absolutely.
dun, dun. Touch.
Um, let's see. So the Ray Dom thing was good. Sammy and Cody standing tall against the bloodline. Can't go wrong with that to end SmackDown.
People are like,
Um,
damn, they make it Sammy look like the little bro. He is.
yeah, he little definitely a little bro. What else happened on SmackDown? That's kind of it.
The Vikings and
Oh,
Braun and
yeah, they beat
Ricochet.
Braun and them. Yeah,
Split
for
these.
bragging rights.
Yeah, split these titles up, guys. I've always been, and Mills knows it. I've always been the mind that Viking Raiders should get a run. They deserve a run of the tag titles. I think that they need to split these titles up to give them a chance to win them.
They ain't win them before.
They won them on Raw,
Oh,
and then
okay. I
they
was like,
lost to
yeah,
they
wasn't niggas
lost
bowling and shit?
they lost to the club in Santa in
Oh,
Saudi.
yikes,
Yeah,
yikes.
strange.
Okay.
Where's the club at?
Remember,
just because your man hurt, don't mean y'all got to stop coming to work.
not H guys, bro. Not H guys.
They're
Can't be.
definitely what
The AJ guys.
they're AJ guys.
They're AJ guys for sure.
Oh
Um,
man.
Raw.
Yeah, let's go to Raw. Regular show this week for me. I found it hard to pay attention to the third hour. Here's my thing with Raw. It wasn't a bad show. It was just like there. So, but I think with Roman coming next week to up the ante, um, I think you'll have a show that's going to be must watch. They usually kind of tick because like the thing is like last week's Raw was fire, and then they're just like
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Let's
We got it for a couple of weeks. Next week is gonna
probably
be fire though. That's what they said in their brain. They're like, no,
yeah.
next week is the one.
You had Edge
Um,
open up the show, challenge Finn to Hell in a Cell. Listen, Edge, I ain't chuckling at the jokes, brother. I'm just not.
let him rock dad jokes. Let him get off the dad jokes,
Meals,
man.
you're still blocked. You don't owe this man nothing. You're still blocked.
I owe him a lot. I owe him my adolescence. He made me into the scumbag man that apparently I am, or not.
Oh my
Um,
god. So Finn Balor versus Edge, Hell in a Cell. I love the rumors that came out about this in January, and I was like, I feel like someone fed y'all something and then gave it to you months later.
all right, so boom, SoFi, right?
Yes.
So this cell just gonna be hanging.
No, it won't be. It won't be. I don't think they've done that. I don't think they've done that at these stadiums. They're probably going to build it um, at
Mm,
the show. They're probably going to build it there. I I would be skeptical if they would climb that cage the way that they built it when they build it, but I don't think they're going to
nah,
have it hanging.
I feel like they. Nah, they'd probably hang it. How did they hang it for Triple H versus Undertaker?
It was hung, wasn't it?
Yeah, it had to have been. It lowered like a bitch.
It's just such a high ass.
It had
Like if they're
music
going
and
to have a,
everything.
they wouldn't plan that if they were going to have something surrounding the ring over the ring. So they'll probably hang it. You're right.
Yeah. All right, so we'll
I
see what
said
happens.
I said Edge
Shout to
gonna get his
SoFi.
40 minute. Edge gonna get his 40-minute match no matter what. I could see this being night two, for sure.
This was a story that it just ended up perfectly. Didn't start out perfectly at all. Um, it's ending out perfectly. I'm interested to see how everyone kind of plays a role. Damian Priest plays a role in this. Um, oh, we forgot to announce also because they announced this fucking last week. Backlash in Puerto Rico.
Oh yeah, hosted by Bad Bunny,
Shout out to that. Hey
H
man,
guy, H guy.
H guy, big H guy,
Uh-huh.
Puerto Rico H guy. Let's see. So Omos and Brock Lesnar had their first in ring encounter.
Mm-hmm. Oh wait, I
I
had
feel
a
like people
question.
are
I had a
giving.
question.
Okay.
I had a
Oh yeah, go
question.
ahead. All right,
I had a question about Edge and Finn Balor. Demon, yes.
go
Demon,
on.
yes. Demon, yes.
It would have to be. It would have to be like set up like next week.
Yeah. Um, does this Mania feel like there's a bunch of blow offs, or does it still feel like there could be some things that continue here?
There could always be some things that continue in Puerto Rico. Um,
But I think for sure Edge and the Judgment Day is over after this.
yeah, nah, that shit is over. Wrap that shit
Yeah.
up. Um, let's see. Uh, Brock and Omos.
Yeah. You said you felt like people were being mean.
Yeah, I saw people being, shit happens, bro. Like, you're a big guy. It don't always look as pretty, to be honest with you. There was a lot going on. This man is in a highly tailored suit. Obviously, does not have a lot of experience. So what? The man fumbles going over the top rope. Let's see you do it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
didn't. I honestly didn't like.
It didn't
I
matter
looked
to
at it and
me.
yeah, I looked at it and I said this shit happens all the time. I think people are just being really
Yeah,
mean to Omar, or being really mean to Omos about that.
because
Like,
he's a big guy, and it's
but
easy because of the history of WWE had and their big doofy guys to put him in that category. But
I
when
do
he
think
came out, when the people stood together, this it was hot. People were losing their
he
mind.
he needs to stop reacting online.
Mm.
to the criticism. Let it be. Let it be.
Eh,
Part of what you do is that people are not gonna like what you're doing. You are a heel. You're a heel.
eh.
Just kind of lay into it. Uh Cody,
People want to
LA
see this
Knight.
match, though. People want to see the match, I will say. It seems like people want to see Brock versus Almost, though.
They like to see Brock destroy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really what
Hey,
it is.
man. All right, go off.
Um
Cody.
Cody, LA Knight. LA Knight getting a lot. I think they're noticing. They're starting to wake up to the reactions that he's getting, which is a good thing.
This is literally happening. The same shit happened on NXT. Start him out as a heel, realize that this guy is just some sort of charisma fucking pop soda, waiting to explode. And now it seems like, if I had to guess, post WrestleMania, he turning face. Week
Absolutely.
after
The thing
WrestleMania.
the thing about it is you have so many faces. It just you have to give them a title to fight for. If
Yep.
that's LA Knight and Sheamus realistically wins that Intercontinental title, that's a tough position. I think you got to keep the guy heel for at least a little bit, or keep him tweener.
Hey, man. No, man. Niggas was like, you know what? I like this Raw shit. I'm like, keep him on Raw. I'm like,
That'd be
move him to
cool
Raw.
if Riddle don't come back. What is Riddle gonna do when he comes back?
Just Scooter in? I don't know. Nigga.
There's no
Scoot.
way. There's no
Uh,
way. There's no way he comes back the same way. That'd be crazy.
Smackdown. Throw him on Smackdown.
That'd be good. That'd be good. The Cody promo. Woo.
He couldn't wait. We knew this promo was coming, though. We talked about this last week. Too many niggas been cutting him off for weeks. He was
Mm-hmm.
like, nah, I'm gonna get mine. He said the
Bro,
sun is going down on Roman Reigns' reign. Generational run. I said, oh my lord.
this man said I wear a suit not because I think I'm somebody, because I want to be somebody or some shit. I said, yo,
I
I
was
had my
like,
fist up. I had my fist up, bro.
I still ain't wearing one, but you almost got me there, brother.
I had my fist
Uh,
up, bro. My black fist. Um,
Roman's gonna be on Raw next Monday.
yep, good shit. Uh,
Good stuff. From
what's his
is it
name?
Kansas City?
It's St. Louis, man. I just said it. It's gonna be hands in St.
Okay.
Louis all next week.
All
Austin
right.
Theory embarrasses the Street Profits in a backstage promo and then has a match with Angelo Dawkins.
Hey man. You could have picked Montez. That's why I don't believe this nigga. You pick Angela Dawkins. No offense to Dawkins, but you could
uh,
have picked Montez if you was talking all that shit.
Trish Stratus gets beat up by Damage Control, but no one sees it.
I'm right. They like show up in the doctor's office like 2 hours later. I was like, damn, the
Uh,
fuck?
I love the Dominic promo on Raw. Listen, man, I'm gonna tell you this right now, Ray. You a cheap ass nigga not getting that M series, bro. The BMW not a BMW without the M on it, bro. Come on, man. What did you doing?
Hey man, listen. Huh. Good
Cheap
promo.
ass nigga. Cheap ass
Good.
nigga.
Good. Hey, ain't no cheap. You see him in YSL right now, bro.
Cheap ass nigga. Get the M series,
That's
nigga.
Yves Saint Laurent, nigga. Get this. Like you?
I hey, if I got one, ain't no reason the Dom couldn't have got one, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Hey man,
Uh,
he a kid. What he know about M series?
what's gonna cause Ray to hit Dom? And I'm gonna give you my thought, and I feel like we're gonna have the same thought as to what's gonna make him hit Dom.
Beat up his wife?
Ding, ding, ding. I think that he's gonna bring the family into it. I think what would make the family come to an episode of Raw or SmackDown is my
Hey
question.
man, we heard. I mean, it could have been the fucking Hall of Fame shit. Um, that could have been a nice little thing. What
Ray's
would bring
birthday's already passed. His birthday's already
what
passed.
what would bring the Mysterio family to St. Louis, Missouri? Hmm.
It'd be SmackDown. It would be SmackDown. It would be SmackDown.
Oh, all right. Well, I don't know. Just get him there. Fly him out.
Dominic's birthday is in April, but it's after Mania. I'm thinking of something that could be like a birthday, anniversary, something like that. Like something's gonna cause him to, and I'm pretty sure they have this figured out already. But something's gonna
Hey
cause
man,
him to do that.
I know none of these. boys is Puerto Rican, but they gotta be going for Backlash, right?
Yeah, they're
You
for
can't
sure
have Rey
going.
Mysterio not on Backlash.
They're for sure going. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
There's a bunch of squashes on this show too. Seth Squash, Baron Corbin. Uh,
What was that about?
I don't know.
I thought we were over that.
Bianca and Chelsea. I thought Chelsea got a lie here.
I didn't pay attention much to the match, to be honest with you. That third hour of Raw ain't hitting, man. I like both, um, but it ain't really hitting. And this
Not this
the
week.
Oscar thing, I see what they're doing, but I feel like we've done it so many times. Like this is like the fourth week in a row they've done this. Um, it's, it's starting to heat up. The intensity's starting to heat up. Bianca started to pick up on the shade. She's like, I don't like this bitch. Nah, I don't like her. I don't like her and her blue teeth and her fucking sexy ass clothes and all this other stuff like
Wait,
that.
what?
I don't like it at all. Sorry. Sorry, that was me.
So,
Bianca is starting to pick up on it.
I don't think she said that, but okay.
I don't I don't think I think Bianca started to pick up on it and she's like, nah, she trying to fight. Like when it's
Hmm.
like when you see a girl and it's like, I don't like that bitch. I don't like her.
Mm.
Why don't you like her? I don't like her. She moving funny. You don't see the way she look at me? Like, nah, you kind of. I mean, if she, I guess. I mean, yeah, I'm down. If you down,
I love this whole
so they have.
story that you've created. I love the story that you've created around this whole thing.
I'm trying to listen. I'm just trying to make this more interesting. I'm just trying to. It's a tag team match next week. This is very like. This program has been very A plus B equals C. Then next week is B plus A equals C. And then this following week is going to be A plus B equals C plus C.
I thought
That's
you were
what
gonna
this
say
feud has been.
equals. I thought you were gonna say equals beatdown.
Nah, but that would have been nice. See, that's where we come in. Close the show off with a street fight. Kevin Owens versus Solo Sikoa. I knew Kevin Owens didn't have a chance at all. I was like, what?
Solo been beating a lot of niggas, man. Cut it
Bro,
out.
he ain't got no match at Mania, but he beating everybody up. Cut it out. Cut it out, Solo. I'm tired of it.
I'm fed up with this shit, man. Get the fuck
You
out of
ain't. I
here.
mean, he good, but he ain't that good, bro. He ain't undefeated good, man. Put his ass in a small package or something, man. This is
That's
ridiculous.
not how
This
he
is
going out. I, I,
who
I
beat Solo first? Who beat Solo first?
am still gonna say Riddle.
Mm,
That's the guy who put him out. I'm still gonna say Riddle. I
very
know
true.
it's not what people want to hear, but I'm still rolling with with that prediction that it's gonna be Riddle.
Okay, let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
Let us see how it goes.
They gave this nigga a bunch of super kicks and a bunch of splashes, and this nigga throws up as the show ends. And I was like, all right, get the
Yeah,
fuck out of here with that.
I was like lit. I was like, that's the first time, not the first time, but like you don't usually see vomit on TV.
And I
He
hope
was
it's the
going through
last
it.
time we fucking see vomit on TV. No, I was not expecting that, bro. You should have texted me
Hey
and warned
man,
me.
no man, I wasn't really watching like that because I knew what it was, man. It's 3 hours, bro. I'm on TikTok. I'm doing a whole bunch of other stuff, man. I don't care if this nigga had a turkey breast sandwich, couldn't hold it for the
Looked
rest
like
of
he
the
was
damn
eating
show.
some like he was eating some of the pink sauce from Walmart.
That's
Shit
funny
was
as fuck.
nasty.
Um, I guess that's it for the shows this week.
Yeah, that's it for the shows. I hope Raw bounces back. Again, not a bad show. I thought the match quality was fine. I thought the first 2 hours were actually really solid. Third hour is when I was like, all right, this is just a show at this point. But
Yeah.
get to the KO shit. I don't know what's going to cause him to change his mind, but y'all landed on too thick. And I think it's tough to do this type of thing week to week. But you didn't have Sammy on the show this week. Like I would have loved for Sammy to pop up and be like conflicted as to whether to help him or not, or something like that. Like I think you need to give more drama. There wasn't enough drama, right? Like I needed more drama to the
I think
proceedings.
he's. They had the drama last week where he's like, "Don't help me. I don't want you anywhere near me." And Sammy was like, "All right, I'm gonna just go cry in this corner." And he has, but maybe he'll show up on SmackDown, or maybe Roman Reigns shows up on Raw next week. Maybe he come to a head. This all stuff got to come to a head. We're how many weeks we got? One, two. We got two more Raws until Mania, three more SmackDowns. Um, I think we got a good amount of shows to get some shit popping. You know what I'm saying?
And really, two more shows with SmackDown because that last show right before ain't really gonna be nothing.
Oh, that's
So
true. Hall of
it's gonna
Fame.
be it's gonna be Hall of Fame and a battle royal. So yeah, I'm sure they'll clear it up. It'll be fine. But yes, we are at the end of this. I got to let you guys know 2 weeks. In 2 weeks' time, we're gonna have our WrestleMania show, our biggest show of the year. We got some special guests that we're booking right now. So get ready for that extravaganza. Will it be 4 years or 4 hours this year? Who knows? But you're gonna be here. So tap right in with us on the A Show. Thank you for listening. For Meals, I am Justin. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you check out the War Report this week with Quan and Cyrus as Quan gives his, I'm sure, legendary adventure from the Jesus seats of at Raw this past Monday.
Hey man, he said he could see in fucking Gorilla. I was like, tell me if Vince is
Listen,
there.
John Wick couldn't have got that picture out of me. I would have never posted that, but it is what it
uh,
is.
Quan, listen, man, you can't shame Quan. Quan has no shame in his game,
Right.
and
All
that's why I
right, we'll
love
see
him.
you guys next week.
Love you, Quan. See you. Take care.
All right, y'all. Peace.